155th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron at the Lincoln International Guard Base, and I'm both in Iraq and Afghanistan veteran. Generational recruiting is a key component to how we keep our force the right size. According to the Pew Research Center, 60% of veterans under 40 have an immediate family member who served. Among new recruits, 30% have a parent in the military, and 70% have a family member in the armed forces. I served because my grandfather and father served. Each of my 3 siblings served in uniform for that exact same reason. As soon as the injection mandate hit the Nebraska National Guard, I filed a religious accommodation request. I was led by my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to not receive the injection, regardless of the cost to my career. As soon as I filed that accommodation request, everything froze. I was in a state of limbo. I couldn't travel. I couldn't attend in-person drills. I was being told that I could not safely do my job. I was issued a letter of counseling by the wing commander and did not receive a signed copy of that letter for several months, despite repeated requests. This was the first such document I've ever received in my entire career. It came about a year after I was promoted to major, and about a year after I received a meritorious service medal. The fact that I was required to sign it and did not get to keep a copy of it set off alarm bells. Fast forward a year, my request had not yet been adjudicated. I was being openly, publicly mocked by senior wing leaders in the 155th Air Refueling Wing, as were all others that had requested an accommodation. Eventually, my initial request for an accommodation was denied. At that point in time, I was informed of 3 things by Colonel John Williams, the wing commander. 1, my willingness to request an accommodation and express my religious views in a private setting was detrimental to good order and discipline. 2, I had the right to appeal, and if further denied, which it later was, I would lose my career. 3, I had no need or right to seek legal counsel, and that our area defense counsel had no standing to discuss this issue with me. More alarm bells were going off. This bill is an important piece of legislation and takes necessary steps to help rectify the damage done to our state's guard forces, the same forces we rely on in floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, any natural disaster that can hit the state. But flatly, this bill comes too late and does not begin to account for the true damages done. The true damage of this mandate comes as a result of service members resigning without being discharged, like me. I recently resigned my commission with an effective date of just last Friday. Had it not been for this mandate and the follow-on treatment, I had at least 3 more years to give to this state and to this nation. I am no longer willing to serve under the leadership of those within the state or those in Washington, and frankly, I'm embarrassed to have once been a member of the leadership team of the Nebraska National Guard. The impact on generational recruiting of this mandate and the leadership catastrophe that followed is very real. My line of Cassidy men is done serving in this military. Now, even after my resignation, the negative treatment continues. The National Guard refuses to take the necessary steps to fully approve my resignation, leaving me and my family, I have a wife and 3 young children, without the appropriate official documentation to request health insurance through my sibling employer. I can't prove that I have a qualifying life event. Any report provided by the Adjutant General to this committee needs to account for those who willingly exited the organization, in addition to those punitively discharged for injection refusal. Furthermore, the report should provide a comprehensive account of the measures taken and disciplinary actions implemented to avert any future instances of leadership shortcomings. Our response as a nation and as a state to this mandate continues to be abysmal, filled with personal opinion, bias, and a complete lack of respect for our members' religious views, concerns, and rights. Thank you for your time today. This bill is an important, necessary first step.
First of all, thank you for your testimony and thank you for your service to our country. Are there any questions? Senators? See none? Thank you.
Thank you.